Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content. Let's go. The 20 cent coin issued by France in 2000 is a small but richly symbolic piece of modern European numismatics that tells a layered story of national identity, shared currency design rules, and practical minting choices. Physically, the coin follows the standard specifications set for the 20-cent denomination across the Eurozone. It measures 22.25 mm in diameter, is 2.14 mm thick and weighs 5.74 grams, and is struck in the alloy known as Nordic gold, an aluminium copper zinc tin alloy chosen for its golden appearance, durability and stable electromagnetic signature useful for vending and sorting machines. These technical choices were made so the coin would be both visually distinct from other denominations and mechanically reliable in automated commerce. Visually, the French national side, the obverse, of the 2000 issue continues a long French numismatic tradition by adapting the figure of the sower, Le Semuse, originally created by the sculptor-engraver Oscar Rodi for the French franc era and then modernized for the euro by Laurent Joriot. The sower is portrayed striding forward, scattering seed, a motif that in the French Republican imagination symbolizes fertility, renewal and the productive spirit of the nation. In the Euro-era coin, the figure is set against a radiating background and is encircled by the 12 stars of Europe so as to visually combine a strong national emblem with the pan-European framework of the single currency. The initials and monogramming visible on the obverse include the mintmark and the letters RF, République Française, which explicitly anchor the design to the French Republic while respecting the requirement that national sides include an identifier of the issuing state. The common reverse, the map side, used on 20-cent coins of this era carries the Luke design that places the value numeral 20 inches prominently alongside a stylized map of Europe and a series of vertical lines and stars. This common face was intended to provide instant recognizability of denomination across borders and to emphasize the coin's role as a shared European instrument of payment while leaving the obverse free to express national identity. Over time, the map design was updated to reflect EU enlargements, the later 2007 onward style being the most familiar today, but the 1999-2007 common reverse, seen on the 2000 French 20 cent, retains that clear, functional layout. From a production and circulation point of view, France's 20-cent coins of the early Euro years, including the year 2000, were minted in very large numbers to supply both domestic use and cross-border circulation. Reference catalogs and mint records list very substantial mintages for the common designs. For example, the 2000 French 20 cent appears in popular coin catalogs with a mintage in the hundreds of millions across the Eurozone pressings and large allocations from the Paris PESIC mint specifically, which means that, in ordinary circulated condition, these coins are common and principally valued at face value except when found in uncirculated presentation sets, mint rolls, or in examples showing notable mint errors or unusual provenance. For collectors, therefore, the main value drivers are condition, uncirculated, proof versus heavily worn, and any exceptional features such as striking varieties, mintmark differences, or minting errors that can make an otherwise everyday coin desirable. Beyond metal and design, the coin is interesting as an example of the careful diplomatic and regulatory balancing that formed the euro's material culture. Each participating country was allowed a national obverse that expressed local history, personalities or symbols, but the design had to respect common rules, most notably the presence of the 12 stars of the EU and an indication of the issuing country, so the final product had to be legible both as a French 20 cent and as a Euro 20 cent. The presence of the sower, a deeply familiar French emblem, on the 2000 coin therefore acts as an explicit statement that France would retain continuity with its monetary imagery even as it adopted the new European currency. Institutional pages about the euro, community guidelines for coin design, and contemporary reports from the Paris Mint underline how this blend of the national and the common was both a political and technical requirement in the coinage program. For someone handling or examining a 2000 French 20 cent coin today, there are several practical tips that are useful. Check the edge and the Spanish flower outline. The 20 cent uses a scalloped or indented Spanish flower shape which helps tactile recognition and machine sorting. Weigh and measure the piece if you are checking authenticity. The Nordic gold alloy and the exact weight, diameter, thickness are standardized, and inspect the obverse for the designer's marks and the RF signed to confirm the issuing country. If you are a collector, try to compare your example against reference photos of mint state specimens to determine whether it is ordinary circulated coinage or an uncirculated mint condition specimen that might command a modest premium. If you suspect an error, double strike, off-center, planchette flaws, it's worth photographing the coin carefully and comparing against documented error types in specialist coin databases and auction archives, because those anomalies are the usual route to above face value pricing for a coin that is otherwise extremely common in circulation. Finally, the 2000 French 20-cent coin, like many circulation coins from the euro's launch period, functions today as a little historical artifact. It recalls the practical, bureaucratic and artistic negotiations that accompanied the transition from national currencies to the euro, and for everyday users it remains a reliable small change piece. For collectors it is a stable, well-documented series with many opportunities to specialize by mintmark, by year, by condition, or by error. Whether you're handling one from loose change, sorting a roll, or building a country-by-country euro set, the 2000 French 20-cent is a fine example of how a handful of grams of alloy can encapsulate legal, artistic and economic history all at once.